Good morning. If so, as bookkeepers, we just had someone ask us about email marketing, and I realized that from like an efficiency standpoint, I wanted to start email marketing from like the get-go in my business and just didn't. I felt like it was overwhelming. But it's one of the things I regret not pushing through when I first started my business because of how efficient it is for bookkeepers. And I know we were talking to someone this week or over the past couple of weeks who is interested in email marketing, but we can tell that she's a little overwhelmed by all of the little aspects of email marketing, and it feels really complicated. So I think we just wanted to take a second to dive in and say, when should you start? How many people should you have on the list? Do you need an email service provider? How is it different than cold emailing, which is talked about a lot? What is that? And just kind of give a brief overview of what it is and why you want to adopt it in your business. So you and I both email market in as we for the coaching side of our business. And then for emailing, let's go ahead and dive into cold emailing. So cold emailing, disclaimer, we do not recommend. But we find a lot of bookkeepers who have been in programs where they really heavily push cold emailing. Why are some reasons we don't recommend it? I know I don't
So I
recommend
know,
push it.
yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that was one thing that was like pushed to me, like, hey, market your business like this and all the things. So like the very beginning of my business, I spent a ton of time trying to find emails for businesses that were local to me. So like wasted many hours. After that, there were sites for leads that you could purchase and all these things. So I did that. That was money and time spent there. But thousands of emails that were sent out and absolutely no response whatsoever, or people that were being rude. Like to remove, why are you emailing me? Remove me from your email list. A lot of them being returned because the email addresses were not good anymore, or some that weren't even businesses or business owners. So yeah, I think like one, just like you said, it's not efficient time wise at all, and then you're not I got no leads whatsoever from it. So like I put a lot of time, energy, money into it and got nothing out of it.
Yeah. And with cold emailing, something to keep in mind, like it can work. So it with cold emailing, it's a volume game. So I think you guys had 2% open rate was the
Correct. Yep.
recommended or
2%.
something like average. So it's a volume game. It works for business. Like I get cold emails all day long. Hey, do you need accounting leads? Hey, can I help you with your website? Whatever. Just all day long. It does work. Like if someone really needs a service and they open the email and they're like, oh, you're an answer to prayer. Absolutely. Like it's a good resource. But from an official, like, so there's a couple of things. One, I think it's taught incorrectly often. There are some email providers who you can use to mass cold email. But a lot of people are encouraging you to use your personal domain, your personal email. So your email at yourcompanyname.com. You should probably have like, your name at your company email dot net dot co dot biz. So you're protecting your true domain because if you're being marked as spam, like you're going to lower the authority of your domain. Not to mention, like you're trying to send an email to a client, now it's being rejected, right? Or an
Yeah.
email's client's trying to get a hold of you and it's getting rejected. So you do have to protect your domain, and you don't want to use your email domain to do that. Two, you cannot put those email lists into something like MailChimp, Constant Contact, ConvertKit, Active Campaign, the list goes on for email providers, right? Um, because it's spam. And so you'll get your domain shut down again. So what we recommend doing is using a quality email provider, example of one I just mentioned, or if you have a course, Kajabi, Thinkific, something like that. Can't like Kajabi has email with it. Thinkific does not really the same way. Kajabi, you can do all of it right there, which is why I'm like, we should have started with that. But so there are some easy ways to do it. Another concern we got was, hey, am I going to spend all this time to set up? It really should take you 30 minutes from, you're going to go activate this account. If you're a QuickBooks Pro Advisor, QuickBooks and MailChimp merged. And now if you go to your Pro Advisor trainings and your benefit section on QuickBooks profile, if you scroll down, it's like midway through the page, there's a MailChimp discount. So fun tip of the day, use that discount. We're not affiliates, so that is all for you. But you do get a MailChimp discount. MailChimp has some limitations in that on the free version, you cannot do automations. So if someone opts into like a masterclass, you can't send them through a 5-day long nurture sequence. You can send one email. Just something to keep in mind.
Yep.
We've been using Constant Contact. There are different limitations to the automations there. So ConvertKit, like there's tons of options. You could spend a day, no more, like researching on YouTube saying, hey, which one works for me and what you're trying to do, right? Outside of that, it should be really quick. Like pick a platform that you feel like you can quickly set up. So you're going to input for emails that have opted in. So if they've given you QuickBooks accountant access, they have probably opted into your email list. So MailChimp will sync to QuickBooks and capture those contacts. You can start emailing that list from day one. That means, you and I would start with, right now it's holidays, happy holidays or happy new year, right? That's it. And it could just be, hey, here's my holiday hours. And see how many opens you get. Like just do that. That alone, if you have 10 people that you've had discovery calls this year, that alone can produce an extra discovery call for you that you might not have had in January. I know because I did it. And I started with like a list of 50 people who I had talked to over the course of the prior year that I hadn't uploaded to, that I'd actually captured. I talked to way more than that. I had done services for a lot more than that, but it actually like captured their email with permission to email. Those are the ones I uploaded. You can invite people just from your email saying, hey, I have this newsletter coming out in January. I've got 5 tax deductions that business owners often miss. Would you like this training? And they're going to say yes. And you're going to send them to like a landing page to put in their little email. And now they're on your list.
Yep.
One of the hesitancies we see a lot of bookkeepers make is, but I've only got one person on my email list. I've only got 5 people and my mom. Great. They don't know you only have 5 people. That is the beauty of an email marketing list, is they don't know if there's 1 or 10,000. So it's kind of like a podcast. When students are talking to me about it, I'm like, treat it like a podcast. Your goal, your only goal is to be consistent for, call it 3 years, because we're in business for long term, right?
Right.
I did a video like 4 years ago, where I'd done a lot of research and found it takes 3 years. So if you stick with something over the course of 3 years is when you're going to like really reap the benefits of having pursued that endeavor. So sewing, guitar, selling at craft shows, being a bookkeeper. There's just something about like showing up consistently, and then people start to know you for that because you build a reputation. That takes time. So if you gave something your all, and I mean your all, not just like, I'm kind of doing this and then turning down business, like, because, oh, I'm, whatever the excuse is, like, absolutely you can turn down business, but just that consistency of, yes, I provide the service over and over again. Same with email. So if you're constantly, even if it's once a month, sending out an email with tax tips, bookkeeping tips, it could just be business tips. It could be maybe you really, I'm a huge Mike Michalowicz fan. One of my clients found that out yesterday. He's like, I just read the Profit First book. Can you help us implement? Little do you know, So, it could just be stuff like that. It can just be a book recommendation every month to help them grow their business more efficiently, or it could be a template, it could be a resource. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could be just sending an email, like a video. So like this video here, you could send that video. So you get on, record a video, talking to your audience, even if it's an audience of one, and then just be consistent. And as you go, that email list will grow. It has to if you're talking to people. And
Yep.
then you can set up. So what I've done is I've looked at all my processes and I said, where can I capture an email? Where can I get them to confirm that they need to that they're going to be opted in into my email list? And one of the reasons I did this was I was on Upwork for marketing. I'm still on Upwork for marketing. But those aren't my clients. Like those are Upwork's. Like Upwork owns their contact information and everything. So I have to, if they talk to me, I have to get them to opt into mine so I can continue to talk to them. So if they book a call with me through my scheduling system, I actually have them opt in there. So that's one place I can capture them. Another place is lead magnets. Another place is if they give me account and access. So there's 3 different ways that I could get their email. But yeah, 1 email or 10,000 consistency. And I've had clients like, so the other issue is time. It also takes time to follow up. And so I found that email marketing is the lazy man's way of following up with people. And so they forget about you or whatnot. But you send, an email tip of, hey, it's mid-year. Are you gearing up for, or are you doing any tax planning? We recommend you meet with your tax planner, between June and October, or, whatever that recommendation is. And they're going to be like, oh, right, I still haven't taken care of this bookkeeping problem. So I can't even do that until I get to take care of this. Can you help me?
Right.
And I've had people get back on discovery calls and several sign just by sending emails, because I mean, fortunes in the follow-up, you have to have a system to manually follow up. So this is kind of an automated way to follow up with people.
Yep.
So yeah, let us know if you have an email list. Have you gotten stagnant on it? Are you hesitant to email? What is keeping you from emailing? Let us know below and we'll continue that conversation. We would love to talk to you more in our Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group. If you want to continue the conversation there, the link will be in the show notes below. But see you guys
Yep.
next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.